Hi guys, my name is Miss Craft. I am doing some of the videos for Honors Algebra 2 with Miss Knipp and Miss Roy. This is week 1, lesson 2. You should be doing this video before the synchronous time with your teacher on Wednesday. We're going to be talking about parallel and perpendicular lines and their slopes, and we'll graph and write equations for these types of lines in all forms. This is something that you guys have learned before, I hope, either in Algebra 1 or in Geometry or I guess. And so when I'm going through this video, I want you to feel free to listen to the explanation, look at the question, and then pause it. Try it on your own, and then you can fast forward me while I do my work. I'm going to actually fast forward myself and do some of the work, and then you guys can pause the video and look at it. And this is where you will be taking notes, and then you'll ask questions when we're in the synchronous time. So go ahead and make sure that you're stopping the video as you need to. Parallel lines two or more lines that will never intersect if extended infinitely. We call these parallel lines, and they have the same slope. Two lines that intersect to form a right angle or a 90-degree angle are called perpendicular lines. These lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. So make sure, just like in geometry, that if it looks perpendicular, it might not be. You need to prove that it's perpendicular or prove that that is a right angle. If there is a right angle already there denoted, then you can assume that it is perpendicular. Okay, so determine which, if any, of the lines are parallel. So line A, line B, line C, we have 2 points on each of those lines. Basically, we just need to talk about the rate of change. So this is the change of y over the change in x, right? Because y is always our rise, it's up and down, and x is always our run. So rise over run, delta y over delta x. Go ahead and pause your video, see if you can figure those out, and then I will come back to you with the answers. All right, so as you can see, the slope for line A should have been 1. The slope for line B should have been 2/3, and line C is also 2/3, making line B parallel to line C. Let's move on. In this case, you're going to change all of these 3 equations to the same form, and that way you can see their slopes. I'm guessing most of you will probably change them to slope intercept. So this is an example of that. Y equals negative 4x plus 7. So this is y equals mx plus b, making the slope of this first little guy negative 4. Go ahead and find the slopes of the other 2, and then we'll talk about which ones are perpendicular. All right, so you should find that the slope for the first one is negative 4th, B is 1/4, C is 1/4. If you would like to look at my work, go ahead and pause it right now. So line A is perpendicular to line B, and line A is perpendicular to line C because negative 4 is an opposite reciprocal of 1/4. So remember, reciprocal is flipping up and down, and opposite is negative or positive. So if we start negative, we go positive. All right, next. We need to graph. So we're going to graph the line perpendicular to this one below that goes through the point 1, negative 2. So our new line is going to be 1, negative 2. We want it perpendicular to this guy. And we want to write the equation for the line in point, slope, and standard form. So first we got to find that line. We know one thing, we know the point, and we know that we can figure out the slope. So the slope of this other one is 1, 2 over 1. So the slope of, I should write it in blue. The slope of the blue line is 2 over 1, which means that our new red line needs to have a slope of negative 1 over 2, right? Opposite reciprocal. So flip it and make it positive or negative. And now we can just kind of track that slope. So we're going to be going 1, 2, and down 1 over 2. 1, 2. And this line is going to be awful, you guys, because I have a track pen and it's not too bad. Okay, there's our line. So if you could guess, most of you should have seen point slope form before. If you haven't, this is the form for it. Basically, that just means that x sub 1 and y sub 1 are your point. You will learn a lot of times in Honors Algebra 2 that when we put things in parentheses, they get a flipped sign because the formula actually has a subtraction sign in it. So if the formula already has a subtraction sign and you're putting a negative into there, that would obviously make it positive. So this one's always going to be like the opposite value of what it really is. So when we talk about the point slope form of this guy, we've got our slope right here, and we have a point that they gave us, and we're going to use that right there. So this one becomes pretty easy if we remember the form. Y equals -1/2 x. Our x point is 1, so it'll be -1, and our y point is -2, so it will stay true to its sign since the formula is a plus sign there. Now, we need to change that to standard form. Standard form, you can manipulate this guy, but standard form is going to be ax plus by equals c. You can manipulate this guy, but we can also try to figure it out using our intercepts. I'm just going to manipulate this one algebraically. Woo. Okay, so I'll pause and you guys can try and put it in that form and then come back and check for answers. Okay, so when you come back here, I have manipulated this guy down. I just took our original equation right here and then distributed the -1/2 to make it this. And then I want my x and my y first. So I put, I added a 1/2 x over to the left-hand side, and then I did plus y, and then equals my -3/2. Now, in standard form, you don't usually have fractions. It's best not to have fractions when you set it up for your a and your b values especially. So I can see that I have a denominator of 2 in these, so I went ahead and multiplied the entire equation by 2, making the 1/2 1 and making the 1y 2y and the -3/2 -3. So what's important about this this form is that when you're looking at our equation here, we can see that we have a y-intercept of -3 and an x-intercept of -1. That is easily reflected in here because we know that when we have a y-intercept, our x value is 0, which actually I'm wrong. It should be -1.5. So this is 1.5, not 1. And so when you set x to 0, it's easy to see that y would equal -3/2. And when you set y to 0, so I just tell my kids, like, put a hand over the coefficient and y. What does x equal? Well, it's easy to see that x equals -3. So that's a shortcut for graphing that going forward. All right, our last one here. So what is the equation in all three forms of the line parallel to 3x plus 2y equals 4 that goes through the point 2, 2? So you can start at any one of these. If you want to pause me right now and you already know how to do that, please feel free to practice those skills and then come back to us. But for right now, I'm just going to walk you through this last one. So we've got our line here, and we know that it goes through point 2, 2. So basically, we want to know the slope of this guy because that's all we want from it if we want parallel. So we want the same slope, and then we're going to match it with this little point here. So when we talk about slope, I think most of you can see that easier when it's in slope-intercept form. So we'll go ahead and manipulate this equation to look like 2y equals -3x plus 4. Next, you will divide everything by 2. So now we have y equals -3/2 x plus 2. So now we know that our slope is -3/2. So we want to pair that guy with this guy over here, which is 2, 2. So we already know our point slope because we've got our slope and we've got our point. So let's go ahead and write that. So remember, it's y equals m, which is -3/2. And then we have x minus our x point of our our x coordinate of our point, which is 2. So we'll do -2. And then our y point is also 2. So we know that the equation has a minus here and a plus here. So those are just true to their sign. Okay, next. Slope-intercept form. So we can manipulate this equation here into our slope-intercept form, or we can just plug 0 in for x to find our y. I think that's the easiest way to go in this case, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down here. We know our y-intercept is when x equals 0, so we'll just plug in 0 minus 2 plus 2. We know that's -3/2 times -2, and then we have our plus 2 out here. I'm sorry, my handwriting sucks. So now we know this is just 3 plus 2, and our y-intercept is 5. So here we go. Y equals -3/2 x plus 5. If you want to check these on your graphing calculator on Desmos, I think that's a great idea, and that's another resource you can use. So feel free to take a break and do that. And then our standard form, we can just manipulate that once again. So let's move our 3/2 over to the other side. So we'll have 3/2 x plus y equals 5. So again, I'm just working from that form there. Now I just want to get all of that stuff out of there, no fractions if possible. So let's multiply everything by 2. So let's do 3x plus 2y equals 10. And we have found ourselves there. All right, hopefully that was a good refresher. You guys let your teachers know if you have any questions. Really, questions are for the synchronous time, so I hope you do have some questions that we can reteach.